Hello and welcome to my little channel. Today is December 2nd, 2020, and I'm going to do a brief lesson on Section 230. Pretty much 230 protects social media sites or any site that has comment sections. This is just a basic Google search of 230. Section 230 provides immunity from civil liability for information services providers that remove or restrict content for their service that deem obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessive, violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable, whether or not such material is constitutional protected. The reason why it was passed was so website owners could moderate sites without worrying about legal liability. The law is particularly vital for social media networks, but it covers many sites and services, including news outlets with comment sections. What's the definition of the internet according to 47 USC 230? The internet, or the term internet, means international computer with network for both federal and non-federal inoperable package switch data networks to interactive computer service. I don't know if that was really important or not, but I decided to read it anyways. The reason why I'm going over this because a lot of people would like to remove Section 230, and some people like to repeal or modify 230 to change it to fit how the internet operates today. I don't think in 1996, when it was passed, that the federal government understood how much of an impact the internet would be or how they would manipulate people's minds and how they would, I guess, censor people or how they would change the way that we get our news and get information. This is really was more about moderation or moderating their comment section, or as in Twitter or Facebook or Google, and how they would moderate their users without being liable for anything. But in a nutshell, how I understand Section 230 is me as a user can make a video that maybe doesn't go over too well and upsets people, or I slander someone. The video that this is being hosted on, that company would have protections against that. That means that the person or parties that are been injured by my comments would be able to only sue me, but not the website that this video is being hosted on. This includes BitChute, of course, YouTube, Rumble, and I think Facebook. I think I got some videos there. Also, Twitter. That means if I were to say something on Twitter, that means I would be held legally responsible for the stuff that I tweet. But this is really coming along the lines of really how Google and Facebook and Twitter are censoring people, banning people, kicking them off their sites, how that have become a town square public discourse. And honestly, I don't think repealing or even modifying Section 230 is going to fix those issues. I think the issue really lies with us, the users. For simple, there's other sites like Parler, BitChute, to name a few, that we could actually post our content to for content creators. Now, as far as people that are not content creators, we don't have to use Twitter. We don't have to use Google or YouTube. I think for search engines, you could use Bing or you could use DuckDuckGo. There's multiple search engines out there, and that goes with web browsers too, since Google owns Chrome. We could definitely use Firefox or use forget this other one I'm using on my phone. But either way, there's options out there, and we as the user base can choose to pretty much tank these companies by not using their products. Of course, there's going to be an argument to be made is that we stop using Twitter and go to Parler. Twitter could pretty much buy Parler and then problem solved. But I think as a company, they wouldn't sell to Twitter. That's just one argument. Um, but really comes down to us, the users, that actually uses a platform. Let's say, perfect example is MySpace. MySpace was really popular as I was growing up. Facebook came around and pretty much dethroned them. So it is possible to keep these companies in check by just moving to another site. I know there's an argument to be made, but the audience reach isn't going to be there. But if you don't make the move, if you're not going to take that action, then you're going to be complicit within the system. Now, me personally, I do have issues with Twitter, Facebook, and Google, but they don't personally affect me as right now. But that's why I'm also on Parler, BitChute, and Rumble, just so I could diversify. And if one of the other sites become an issue, I could just stop using them. And that's really what we need to do as a society. Is if a company's not acting in good faith, if they think they're being too heavy-handed, or they're not applying their terms of service equally, like a perfect example with me and Twitch. Twitch, they don't really have a standard when it comes to their streamers. You have some person that will make one mistake and they'll be kicked off their platform. And then you have people that repeatedly make mistakes and they get a free pass for whatever reason. After hearing that, I kind of stopped using Twitter. Not Twitter, but using Twitch. I mean, I still have a Twitch account, but I don't really use it. I don't really log in. I don't really watch any content from there. So, really, what I'm trying to say is we as the users hold all the power in how do we prop up social media companies. We could pretty much stop using these companies and move to another website that values freedom of speech, and we could prop them up. And then, of course, when I mean users, we're actually the product of these websites because they're websites that get advertisers revenue from advertising. And if we're not on those sites, then those companies that are advertising won't go to the Twitters or the YouTubes or the Facebook if they don't really have a large user base. So it's pretty much taking their speaking with your money by not using their product. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. I know people disagree with it, and a lot of people have a lot of solutions, and I don't really know if those solutions are correct or if my solution is correct. But I do know that we can make a change by using alternate sites outside of Twitter, Facebook, and Google. Leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button, but most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.